So Oculus, which is this sort of very mainstream horror movie by Matt Flanagan, starring Karen Gillan, of course, from Doctor Who recently, and Brenton Thwaites. So the story, it's actually essentially an expansion of a short film which he made in 2006, which played the festival circuit and did very well. So the story is we start with a tragic, horrible domestic event over a decade later. There is a brother and sister. The brother comes out of basically a decade of incarceration to be met by his sister, and his sister played by Karen Gillan, immediately says, "Great, glad you're out, lovely to see you, you look all better. Now, we've got some unfinished business with the Lasser glass, which is the mirror which she believes was in fact responsible for the death of her parents over a decade ago, which was the thing that caused him to be incarcerated." He says, no, I'm through with all this now. I realise that the whole thing was, just something that I project. She says, no, it's real. I've got the mirror. We've got to go back to my house. We've got to exorcise the mirror. And she does this with the aid of video cameras and heat sensors and a huge blade attached to a massive weight hanging from the ceiling in an Edgar Allan Poe style that, if they don't reset a timer once every hour, will automatically smash the mirror. And they're going to spend a night in the house dealing with the mirror. So the film cuts backwards and forwards between two time zones, between the original time zone over a decade before, in which the first terrible event happened, and the current time zone in which she is attempting to get video proof, to get absolute, quantifiable proof that the Lasser mirror is possessed, has got some evil spirit in it with which they can deal. But of course what happens is the mirror itself, in classic supernatural horror movie mirror fashion, makes them see things that potentially aren't there. The thing I liked about the film, I liked a lot of things about it. I mean, it's a very, very mainstream horror movie, but most mainstream horror movies recently have just relied on that thing about going quiet, 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 bang, quiet, 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 bang, rather than saying, what would be much more interesting is to figure out a kind of complicated, twisty sort of tale of the unexpected plot and work more from the basis of the script, work more from the basis of interesting ideas than simply being quiet and then shouting boo at the audience. And although the film is far from perfect and it's not profound, it is essentially a very well-tooled and pretty efficient mainstream horror movie with two likeable leads. I mean, this bodes very well, I think, for Karen Gillan's, big screen career, because quite often when people come out of TV shows as popular as Doctor Who, it's very hard to sort of find a place outside of that.
Well, often people have just disappeared without trace after that.
Yes, I was actually trying to avoid saying that, but yes, it is true that you can come out of that sort of thing, and as you precisely but perhaps tactlessly say, yes, disappear without case. Well, not in this particular case. I think it's directed efficiently, it's thought through, they've worried about the script, they intercut the two time periods very well, so you move from the past to the present with the two things interlocking in a sort of twisty way. There are two or three moments in which you get a good little shivery shriek, which is like the kind of the 6 laughs rule for comedy. 3 shivery shrieks in a horror film is good enough for a shivery shriek. And it has a nicely nasty streak, so when it needs to deliver the ghoulish goods, the ghoulish goods. Are we going to get another wicket from the cricket in a minute?
There's too much alliteration in the last 30 seconds.
I liked it. It's flimsy, but I enjoyed it, and it's efficiently flimsy.
Efficiently flimsy.